Hi, in this video we will be discussing GMAT Official Guide 2017 edition Quant Problem Solving question number 37. Let's have a look at this question. So if you look at this question, they have given us a diagram, a figure. So it has to be a geometric question and they have given us two lines. The question is asking you find what is the area of the patio in square feet. Alright, so as per the process for any geometric question, draw the figure. It helps you to understand what is given in the question, and it helps you to arrive at an answer much more easier way. Alright, so let's read the first few lines. Let's see what it has to say. The flat patio was built alongside a house as shown in the figure above. Okay, it's given in the figure. If all angles shown are rectangles, which is something important, right? It is a very important point which they have mentioned here. If they haven't mentioned this, then we cannot take this as a rectangle or a square here. We cannot take this given figure as a rectangle or square. Maybe this is slightly slanting or slightly this way or that way. We cannot really predict that. So this point is very important, right? So whenever you are solving a PS or a DS question, right, always look for the information in the question rather just blindly accepting the diagram and solving it. So what is the area of the patio in square feet? So they are asking the area of the patio. So let's see the diagram little bit much more clearer way. So this is what the diagram is. So right, I'm just making use of the diagram, and each angle here is 90 degree. So either it has to be a rectangle or a square, right, by the given diagram, right? So it's 90, 90. It's also 90. All right. So this, they have said this part is 40 feet and this length is 35 feet. All right. So if this is 15 feet, right, if it has to be a rectangle, then this has to be 20 feet. This particular length has to be 20 feet, right? So this is 20 feet. All right. Now this entire length is 40 feet. This entire length is 20 feet. So that means this part has to be 20 feet. Now, if you look at it, if we connect these dots, this also has to be 20 feet because I'm going to draw this parallel to this. Otherwise, this entire length is 35. So that means this also has to be 35. If we consider, no, if not consider, it's already a rectangle, right? So that means this has to be 20 feet. Likewise, this also has to be 20 feet because the entire length of this is 40 feet. So that means this also has to be 40 feet because it's a rectangle. Opposite lengths are equal and parallel. Okay, alright. So why we are doing this? We are doing this because we have to find the area of the patio. So what we can do is we can subtract the entire, we can subtract from the entire rectangle this smaller part so that we get the area of the patio. Right. So this is the area of the patio. This is the patio area. So what is the area of the rectangle? Area of the rectangle formula is length into breadth. Area of rectangle minus that area of the smaller square, right? Area of that square. You can do that and we can arrive at an answer. So area of the rectangle is length into breadth. Here the length is 40 feet and breadth is 35 feet. So 40 into 35 minus area of the square is side into side. So in that case, right, 20 square would be the area has to be. So I'm just writing here it has to be side the whole square area. Here it has to be length into breadth. Alright. So 35 into 40. 35 4s are is 30 4s are is 120. 5 4s are 5 4s are 20. So that will get you 140 and another 0 we have here. Minus 20 square is 400. Right, so 20 into 20 is 400. So that means that will lead us to a value of 1000. So the area of the patio has to be 1000. So that's it. Bingo, you go. We'll get we'd have got the answer. We'll check what is the answer choices are. So we have answer choice C there, 1000. So answer has to be C here. So if you look at it, there is another way. You could also arrive at an answer. What we can do is we can find the area of this rectangle and this rectangle. That is, we can divide this like this. And we can find the area of this rectangle and this rectangle, which could also give you the area of the patio, right? I think this is much more simpler, right? So I think straightforward and simple. So answer option has to be here C. Now many students think about, okay, can we do back solving? You can do the back solving, but remember that geometry made doing back solving is again like you are doing harakiri. You are doing something unnecessary steps, right? Don't do anything unnecessary unless and until, right, you are forced to do it. Say for an example, you don't know how to solve at all this question, then probably doing back solving makes sense. But again, doing back solving also, you need to come to a conclusion that this is has to be subtracted from this, or this area plus this area. So that little bit part at least you need to know. For these type of questions where they ask area, doing back solving may not be a good idea, right? You are doing so much of unnecessary steps. I hope this is clear. Answer has to be C, 1000. Thank you. For anyone who is looking for the alternative way of arriving at an answer here, all you need to do is, as I said, you can divide this into two rectangles and you can arrive at an answer. So that means, right, so since this is 15, this is also has to be 15, and this is 20, so that means this is also has to be 20, because all are right angles, which is mentioned in the question. So in that case, right, you are going to find the area of this rectangle plus this rectangle. So what is this rectangle? This is 20, this is 20. So area of the rectangle would be length into breadth. So let's call this as first rectangle, and let's call the entire this as second rectangle, right? So first rectangle area is what? So you have breadth as 15 and length as 20, so 20 into 15 first rectangle, plus second rectangle, breadth is 35, right? Breadth is 35 and the length is 20, so 20 into 35. So 20 into 15 is 15 twos are 30, so you have 300 here. 25 twos are 70, so 700 here. So total area comes as 1000 square feet. So that's it. So area got that as 1000. So you can find it, either way, whichever you are comfortable. So if anybody doesn't like subtracting, they can use this, or if they are fine with finding the area of the square, that also fine. So both will give you the same answer. Answer has to be C. Okay, hope this is clear. Thank you.